The past simple. The past simple expresses an action in the past taking place once, never several times. It can also be used for action taking place one after another or in the middle of another action. Form of simple past. Positive, I spoke. Negative, I didn't speak. Question, did I speak? For irregular verbs, use special second column of the past form. For regular verbs, just add ed. Exception in spelling when adding ed. After a final e, only add d. Love, loved. Final consonant after a short stressed vowel, or as final consonant after a vowel is doubled. Admit, admitted. Travel, traveled. Final y after a consonant becomes I. Harry, harried. Use of the past simple. Action in the past taking place once, never or several times. Example, he visited his parents every weekend. Action in the past taking place one after the other. Example, he came in, took off his coat and sat down. Action in the past taking place in the middle of another action. Example, when I was having breakfast, the phone suddenly rang. If sentences type if I talked, etc. Example, if I had a lot of money, I would share it with you. We use the past tense to talk about something that happened once in the past. I met my wife in 1983. We went to Spain for our holidays. They got home very late last night. Something that happened again and again in the past. When I was a boy, I walked a mile to school every day. We swam a lot while we were on holiday. They always enjoyed visiting their friends. Something that was true for some time in the past. I lived abroad for 10 years. He enjoyed being a student. She played a lot of tennis when she was younger. We often use phrases with ago with the past tense. I met my wife a long time ago. Questions and negatives. We use did to make questions with the past tense. When did you meet your wife? Where did you go for your holidays? Did she play tennis when she was younger? Did you live abroad? But look at these questions. Who discovered penicillin? Who wrote Othello? We don't use auxiliary verb in the sentence beginning with who, what, which, or whose, when the subject is not identified. We use didn't, did not to make negatives with the past tense. They didn't go to Spain this year. We didn't get home until very late last night. I didn't see you yesterday. Irregular verbs. Some verbs are irregular in the simple past. Here are the most common ones. To go. He went to a club last night. Did he go to the cinema last night? He didn't go to bed early last night. To give. We gave her a doll for her birthday. They didn't give John their new address. Did Vugar give you my passport? To come. My parents came to visit me last July. We didn't come because it was raining. Did he come to your party last week? Now let's get down to practice. I lived in Brazil for 2 years. Shauna studied Japanese for 5 years. They sat at the beach all day. They didn't stay at the party the entire time. They talked on the phone for 30 minutes. A. How long did you wait for them? B. We waited for 1 hour. I saw a movie yesterday. I didn't see a play yesterday. Last year, I traveled to Japan. Last year, I didn't travel to Korea. Did you have dinner last night? She washed her car. He didn't wash his car. They went in Rio last summer. We didn't have any money. We didn't have time to visit the Eiffel Tower. We didn't do our exercise this morning. Were they in Iceland last January? Did you have a bicycle when you were young? Did you do much climbing in Switzerland? Now let's have some trial test. It was warm, so I off my coat. A. Didn't take. B. Take. C. Was taking. D. Taken. E. Took.